The quality of the Blue Blurs games might be hit or miss, but one thing that's consistent with the Sonic the Hedgehog series is its outstanding music. You're absolutely right, Destructoid. Let's prove it by listening to this banger. Hi everyone, Hysterian-ass Tano here, the internet's laziest music nerd, and it is time for a review of the worst songs in the Sonic the Hedgehog series. What you just heard was the main theme from Sonic Eraser, a puzzle game for the Sega Mega Modem and its MegaNet internet subscription. A genuinely impressive piece of technology for its time, but I can't say the same for the game's Versus theme. Now I'll admit, I'm no musician or a music theorist, I got a U in my music GCSE, but I can confidently say that the instruments used here are the worst possible ones that somebody could have picked. They ruin what is honestly a very good melody, and make it sound like the kind of song that Death Grips would make on the Mega Drive sound chip. T-Lopes, a recurring composer for the Sonic series, actually did a remix of this theme over on their Twitter account, and it is just pure, unadulterated bliss to my ears, unlike... Alright, it's very easy to dunk on this track, and it's not entirely fair when you consider that it was the first work that its composer, Masaru Setsumaru, did for the Sonic series. They went on to have a long and very prolific resume with Sonic Team, many doing sound effects from 1994 with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, all the way to 2014 with Mario and Sonic at the 2014 Olympic Winter Games, with the occasional song every now and then, like in Sonic Jam's Sonic World, which is... oh, it's perfect. Enough of the good stuff, it's time to go back to shitting on bad songs. Now, some people online say that Sonic Spinball has a song that's just as bad, if not worse, than the Sonic Eraser theme, that being the music that you hear in the game's options menu. But hear me out, I unironically think the opening part kinda slaps. It has that edgy 90s vibe to it that matches Spinball perfectly, and even if you paid me £200, you couldn't convince me to hate this part of the song. However, the middle bit... I'm very conflicted on this one, and struggle to call it one of the worst songs in the franchise. If only there was a game in the series that had a consistently bad soundtrack that I could make fun of. Oh Christ, I take it back. Yeah, the entire soundtrack of Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood is not very good. Half the time it sounds like it's from an NES game. Other times it sounds like a heavily compressed recording of nightclub music. And then you just get MIDI renditions of Sonic 3 music. I mean, what the fuck? In fact, the majority of the tracks you hear in the game are remixed versions of level themes from past Sonic games. And by remixed, I mean completely butchered to the point where I didn't even realise that the theme I played just now was the Big Arm bosses until I was nearly a minute into listening to it. You know what? Besides the battle themes, which, as far as I can tell, are the only original songs in the game, and also the only ones that don't sound like arse, I'm considering every single track in Sonic Chronicles as a contender for the worst song in the franchise. It can't get any worse than this, right? Prefiguring is a verb defined as being an early indication or version of Sonic Jam for the Game.com's soundtrack is fucking shit. How shit? It's easier if I show you. Wait a minute, I literally did this joke already. Every single one of these songs sounds exactly the same. Try and guess which level this one is in. Tricked you, it's not in a level, it's the Sonic 3 title theme apparently. How do these games keep fucking butchering these amazing compositions? The worst thing about this is that if you speed them up, They actually do sound like very basic chiptune versions of the original songs. I'm guessing, no, actually stating with 100% confidence, that the Gamecom's processing power was non-existent to the point it couldn't even play the most basic chiptune music at the correct speed. If you composed the soundtrack to Sonic Jam for the Gamecom and would be kind enough to confirm my assumption, please get in touch so that I can ask you a million questions about the development of this game and why it's like this. I still need answers. Okay, those last two soundtracks were incredibly easy targets. I need to find a Sonic soundtrack that's worse than bad, one that's incredibly long and actually makes me physically cringe listening to it. It's Sonic Underground, I'm so sorry in advance. Now I'll concede, the opening theme is a banger, I listen to this shit all the time.
Sonic Underground, Sonic Underground, they made a vow their mother will be found.
But let me tell you, I cannot stand the different songs that Sonic and his fucking siblings sing every episode. They'll either explain the plot.
We're looking for a scroll that belonged to some Egyptians. It'd be no problemo if I could just read these weird inscriptions.
Preach the episode's moral.
Don't you be two-faced, tell it like it is. Don't be a backstabber.
Pad out the runtime.
We're gonna tear down the house, rip up the joint, doing the Mobius song.
Or just fucking harass Knuckles, who wants nothing to do with this bullshit. The poor guy, leave him alone!
Nobody's on the road, no one is an island.
And I should point out, there are 40 of these songs, one in each episode, and I don't think any of them are very good. I realised that when I was a grand total of 2 songs into them, they were actually annoying me, and that is the worst thing a song can do. What's more, the animation and editing for these is, how do I put this? Batshit insane.
Doing the Mobius song.
Okay, I've genuinely had enough now. I don't think I like Sonic the Hedgehog anymore. We're going to talk about Doctor Who again next time so that I can cleanse my mind. Also because the Beat the Meat video is now the most viewed video on this channel, I want to capitalise on that. Bye bye.